From 2015 to about 2017, there have been a bunch of different rappers and artists in general that have come out to paint their nails. And don't get me wrong, do what you want to do. I don't care what you do with your life. But y'all don't think it's weird how all these different rappers just came out of the blue painting their nails, from Lil Yachty, Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi Vert, Trippie Redd. There's been other. Man, even NBA Youngboy. Y'all don't think that's weird? I was really weirded out when Youngboy did it, because I'm thinking, what the hell? That seemed completely out of Youngboy's character. But then again, I had to think about something. If we go back to when Youngboy started painting his nails, it was after he got released. I want to say back in, what was that, late 2021, early 2022, I believe. And if you ask me, again, this is just my theory. I could be 100% telling the truth, or I could be 100% telling a lie. This could be false or true, whatever it might be. We may never know. I think Youngboy made a deal so that he can get out of jail only if he promoted this emo, nail polish, painting nail type of image to the world. Because it's just funny how all of these different rappers, they all came out around the same time, 2015 to around 2017. They all were somewhat, I think, even signed to the same label, if I'm not mistaken, Atlantic Records, in some way, shape, or form. NBA Youngboy, Atlantic Records. I don't think Cardi was, but I know Lil Yachty, he had his thing with QC. I think they were with QC, and Lil Uzi Vert was Atlantic Records, but that's besides the point what label they were signed to. But it's more so important that they all came out at the same time, and they all started doing the same exact thing, which is painting their nails. And if you ask me, I think the industry is pushing some type of zesty agenda in his work, because now there's so many different up and coming rappers and just people in general that are okay with painting their nails. And it's weird. And if you ask me, that's very feminine. That's not something that men like. I'm not about to go to no nail salon and have my hands out, laid out, how women do, and be like, hey, I want that pink color right there. Now, don't get me wrong, getting a manicure ain't nothing wrong with that. Clean your nails. Hygiene, cleanliness is next to godliness. But I'm not finna sit up and, hey, give me that red and give me that with a dash of pink, and I want French tips on my. No, who's doing that? But it has become so normalized, and I honestly think it's because of these rappers. The industry wanted to promote this, and they did a great job at promoting it to the point now so many people are doing it that we've just normalized it. And there's just been a bunch of just feminine energy coming from men recently. There's just so much out there. Y'all see it. We all see it now. It's crazy. Men are soft now. Men don't want to work hard. Men are worrying about getting their nails painted. Bro, a man is supposed to work hard. You supposed to get dirty, sweat. We are naturally supposed to be builders, whether it be you building a house, you working at some type of trade, you in a warehouse, you building, you supposed to get dirty. But it seems, and it's like, you can't really get dirty if you worrying about your nails being polished and making sure the skincare is on point. And don't get me wrong, like I said, cleanliness is next to godliness. I got a skincare routine myself, but it seems like some of these niggas now is wearing makeup and stuff. They trying to look too hard. They trying to look pretty. They ain't trying to look handsome. It's like niggas trying to look pretty. There's really been like a zesty agenda going on, and it's crazy to me, man. It's wild, and niggas really fell for it. And I feel like once Youngboy did it, that's when I knew that it was some type of agenda going on, and not just know, because when he came out, he did it, he was like, oh, he didn't really give an explanation as to why he did it. He kind of beat around the bush and was like, oh, it made me feel more like myself. Come on now, you cannot tell me, right? If you look back at 2016 Youngboy, you cannot tell me that 5-6 years later that this nigga would be wearing fucking nail polish. Go back and watch 38 Baby music video. You cannot tell me that this nigga would in 5 to 6 years would be wearing nail polish. I feel like that these labels, that these deals are a lot deeper than we know or see. I think a lot of people think that these record deals are just like, all right, you sign over your masters, or we sign you for this amount of albums, and you got to produce this amount of music in order to get out of the deal. You got to recuperate this amount of money in order to fulfill your contract. I think it's a lot deeper than that, because I feel like they are really owned. I feel like these rappers, these artists in general, are owned in the sense of their likeness, their image is literally owned. Their whole persona. NBA Youngboy, Lil Yachty, Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi Vert, Trippie Redd, all of these artists are owned. They can't be themselves, and I feel like Youngboy was trying to expose this shit before he got arrested again when he was doing the Stop the Violence. And y'all remember he was like, oh man, F Atlanta Records, this, that, and the third. And even if you go back, right, to when I want to say it was either late 2018, early 2019, when YoungBoy was going crazy. And this is when he originally started the whole F the label type of movement that was going on. I feel like he figured this out at that point, because if y'all don't remember, you're a fan of YoungBoy, you know that he was dropping mixtapes like crazy. But he didn't know that these didn't count as albums. And so he was dropping all of this music thinking that he was fulfilling his contract. But in reality, they was really like, no, you just dropping that shit for the extras. Like, this don't count towards your contract. And I remember him having an interview with DJ Academics. He said he fell out of love with music once he figured out that the industry was how it was. Once he figured out that, dang, these niggas really own me. They own my art. And not only that, they own his likeness and his image. And it's really tough for YoungBoy, because it's like he coming into the game, he was under a 10-year suspended, I want to say attempted murder charge or something like that. So they really own him. And then all of this other stuff that's going, they really own him, so they can do whatever they want with him. But these other artists, they just doing it for the fun of it. And then they taking it a little too far. Playboy Cardi and Uzi Vert, and man, these niggas be wearing dresses and man, really just acting too zesty. And they just pushing that whole thing out there. They going full fledged with it. Cardi, he tightened up a little bit. He still be wearing nail polish, but come on, man, bro, the damage has already been done. You can't take back what you did. You can't take back what you said. You can't take back what you wore. You can't take back the image that you put out there. And it's sad, man, because they influencing a bunch of kids to want to be like this. And it's like, bro, we gonna have a shortage of real men out here. We're gonna have a shortage of real men. And it's like they know, they like the labels, they know that kids look up to these artists. Big brothers are just popular male role models, especially if they ain't got no father figure. Bro, how many niggas try to dress and talk and sound like these artists, whether it be Playboy Cardi, YoungBoy, Uzi, or whatever it might be? Like, it's literally niggas that literally dress, talk, walk, sound like these niggas. That's how influenced they are by these niggas. And so when they came out painting their nails and shit like that, you best believe some niggas follow suit. And don't get me wrong, they still make good music. If you older, you able to differentiate the music or the art from the artist. But some of these young kids, they don't know how to do that. They look at these artists as like, this is really who they are. A lot of people really think YoungBoy is really out here killing people. A lot of people really think these artists is doing what they saying they doing in their raps. But in reality, they live in mansions and they ducked off somewhere. They just making music. Not saying that they didn't do or they won't do or whatever they send in their music, but let's be real. These niggas ain't out here sliding or doing nothing crazy that they saying they doing in their music, because they will be in jail. Come on now. Don't get me wrong now. It's less rap cap in today's day, but these niggas ain't really, come on now. They all, it's fairy tale. But again, if you older, you able to realize that. But if you younger, you don't know the difference. And then even if you are older, you still gonna get influenced by just the way they carry themselves, because you look at it as cool or popular or what's in style. So if you older, you might be, because don't get me wrong, it's still older niggas out here painting their nails because they seen YoungBoy do it, they seen Cardi do it, they seen Uzi do it, they seen all these different artists do it, and so now they want to do it too. They're like, oh shit, they doing it, they still getting women, they still getting money, cars, and clothes, whatever it might be. I'm about to do it too. And like I said, I could just be talking out the ass, but if we even look back on like just different agendas that the industry has pushed or different artists, and again, I'm not saying that these artists are in the know of exactly what's going on. All they're doing is just making music and putting out art. But let's take a look back, right? So if we go back to the trap era, back when Jeezy, T.I., Gucci, the likes of those type of artists were popular and the biggest thing in rap, these niggas was promoting selling drugs. And what was most niggas doing? Selling drugs. Jeezy literally had a saying called trap or die. like it can't get no better than that. You're telling niggas trap or die, nigga. Hey, it's trap or die, nigga. Like, and it's like niggas was literally listening to that like, damn, okay. Jeezy said trap or die. Shit, I'm finna trap or die then. That's my only way out. Like y'all can't tell me. I didn't grow up in that time. You know, I listened to that music growing up. People around me listened to that music, but when I was younger. But if you were older, right, please let me know. Please confirm this for me, because I've watched interviews of different, you know, people that have sold drugs. A lot of them have said that grew up in that time that the music influenced them. A lot of people have said that. And then if we even if we take a look on just nowadays, the drill music nowadays, you can't tell me that niggas like Von off 1700, Screwly G, Bloodhound Q50, all of these different type of drill artists are not influencing younger people to want to do the same exact thing that they're doing. Like I got little cousins that literally post about sliding and talking about they won't smoke. Like, bro, you're not even like that. You live in a suburb area. You're not even like that. Like, we know it's out there. So it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy the different agendas they be pushing. But pretty much, man, this video is just about like how it's just the Zesty agenda and just how it's weird, and I seen nobody really question why all these artists are like came out of the blue starting wearing nail polish. Young boy now, he came out of jail, he stopped wearing it, at least for right now. But it's like, bro, that whole type of like wave right there was just crazy to me. Like nobody don't see that. Nobody don't see the play that they running on us. Nobody seen the play. I seen it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, bro, okay, all right. When Yachty first came, I'm like, all right, Yachty, he kind of crossing that line. So it's kind of, and then Cardi, and then I'm like, bro, and then Young Boy, I'm like, bro, with Trippy, I'm like, bro, there's clearly an agenda that's being pushed. like they're literally telling us the sky is blue, like, and it's blue, like right in front of our faces. But again, I could just be talking on my ass. Y'all let me know down in the comments. And hey, if this is something that you naturally drifted towards as a man, wearing nail polish, wearing really, really tight clothes, and, dressing feminine, sounding feminine, talking feminine, just behaving, very feminine like, then hey, big ups to you. But I personally feel like that the majority of men that are acting this way is because they seen their favorite rapper do it. And I also did want to add, I don't think any of these artists actually like other men. We haven't seen anything like that come out, at least. But I do think that they're getting paid to promote that type of image. And the labels know that promoting this type of image is just going to bring more attention to the artist. It's going to have people like me making videos about it. It's going to have bloggers like Say Cheese and DJ Academics, Vlad, No Jumper, talking about it on their TV, on their platforms. Again, which brings more eyes, more revenue to the artist, to the label. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. Until next time, see y'all boys again.